feel incredibly frustrated lately. So much so that it's just becoming a little bit consuming and it kind of has to change. Especially over the last week, I feel like I can't really remember much of the last week other than just being irritated at things that I probably shouldn't be irritated at. I think it's been about a month and a half since we've started this whole lockdown and created a new normal for ourselves, and I have known the entire time how important it is to have routine and structure, but I failed to maintain either of those things, and now I understand why they're important, because you end up just not feeling so great and like really angry at everything. So today I thought I would share with you some of the things that I like to do to feel a little bit more organized and in control of my life, especially at a time when there's very little that we can actually control. So I know I'm probably not the only person out there who's feeling this type of frustration or just not feeling so great. So these are the things that I find quite helpful, and I'm hoping that you find them helpful. But honestly, I feel like talking about these and just having this conversation right now is helping me. So thank you for listening. I appreciate it, because it just makes me feel like I'm getting it off my chest. Anyway, let's talk about some things that are going to be good for getting organized and just feeling a little more with it. The first one, which is something you've probably already figured out because I do this all the time and I talk about it all the time, and that is cleaning. Whenever I feel overwhelmed or stressed or just really like I'm not in control of anything, I go straight to cleaning because I am so environment influenced. It is not even funny. My mood is heavily affected by the place and the space that I'm in. So when things are really cluttered or really messy or just not in a way that I want them to be, I definitely feel it in all of my emotions and my mood. And so the first thing I always go to is cleaning, because it's a really easy way to clear up the physical space, which in turn clears up my mental space. So yesterday afternoon I got stuck in and I did a bit of a clean in my room. It was mostly just picking things up and putting them away. Getting rid of the clutter is the first part because it just clears everything out. Today I can actually go through now and do a proper dust and wipe down. Like I need to wipe down all the bench tops and all the decor and stuff on my like bookshelf and whatnot. So I'm gonna do that this afternoon. I also need to put all of the cushion covers back on the cushions on my bed because I went through and washed all of my bedding the other day. For the last few days I've really been deep cleaning, and I probably should have filmed it for a cleaning video, but I didn't. I was just so in the moment of like I need to clean, so I did it. But yeah, this afternoon I'm gonna fix my bed, wipe down all the bench tops, and I've also decided I'm going to clean my makeup brushes because I was doing my makeup today and I felt like my brushes were dusty, and immediately I was irritated. I was so annoyed about the fact that my makeup brushes felt dirty and dusty, and I don't feel like I should be getting so angry over something so simple and so small, but that's just kind of a sign that I need to get things sorted. So makeup brushes are on the list as well because that'll just make me feel better if I do that. So cleaning out my space, decluttering, and organizing things too. I have my big cube of makeup stuff that I really need to go through and organize. I put all my nail polishes neatly into a box last night, but I actually really need to go through that box. So I am going to do a little bit more of that today, probably a bit more in the coming days of just doing some actual physical organizing and cleaning. But it's just the first thing that I always go to because I know it's such an easy fix for me and it always makes me feel better. The second thing I am so excited for, I've never been so excited for a package or a delivery, but next week I have a new diary coming. I realized the other day that I had actually not purchased a 2020 diary, calendar, organizational system at all, and I was like, there's something very wrong with this. So I never purchased anything in January because I couldn't find anything that I liked, and the start of this year was just awful and a whole lot going on with, like, you know, the house burning down and all that sort of stuff. So I just never got around to purchasing a diary, and I realized last week that I had no like organizational system in my life, and I was like, this is not okay, we need to fix this. So I jumped online, literally typed bullet journal into Google, and the first website that popped up I think was like Papier, I think that's how you pronounce it. I probably should have done a little bit more research as to what diary to buy, but I liked it, so I bought one. And I got a yellow and white one because I really like yellow. I also went for the soft cover. Those were just sort of the preferences I chose at the time, and I'm so excited for it to arrive. So I decided to go with bullet journaling because I wanted to be a little bit more creative rather than having one that already had all of the pages, lines, structure, whatever. And I actually really wanted a journal because I've wanted to start tracking things. I need a habit tracker. I work out a couple of times a week, but I actually have no memory of what days I did what because time is just becoming one big blob. And that's another reason for wanting to have a diary and a calendar, because I need to go back to knowing what day of the week it is. I feel a little more organized when I have that sort of diary, to-do list, organizational system. For the last month or so, my to-do list has been just in the Notes app on my iPad, and I just am not feeling like it's enough. So I decided to purchase a diary in the 5th month of the year because I'm insane, but I needed to do it and I'm so excited, and I really think it's going to help me feel more in control. It's going to make me feel like I actually have structured days and weeks, which I think is very important. And in the meantime, I'm going to print out my Apple calendar that I have talked about many times before. I uncheck all of the dates in the Apple thing and I just print the Apple calendar so it's plain. And I want to start adding in things that I need to do each week to make me feel like I've got stuff to do, because while I may not have the normal like appointments and errands and things that I normally run, I still want to feel like I'm doing things. So if it means that on Fridays I'm going to write laundry day on my calendar, then I'm going to write laundry day on my calendar, just so I feel like I know what's happening on Friday and I have something to look forward to. I need that right now because I've had doctor's appointments this week and I just am losing track of everything, and I just need like a calendar and a diary, and it's going to make me feel way more in control. And the last thing that is probably up there is the most important thing that I should not let slip from my daily routine is my morning routine. When I first got here near the beginning of March, I had a great morning routine, and then once lockdown started, it carried over and it was good. And then the last couple of weeks, I have nothing. I don't even know what I do in the morning, and then the next thing I know, it's midday, and then I don't even know what I did with my day. So I need to create a morning routine. It's not healthy to be waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning some days and then sleeping until 10 a.m. the next. I slept until 10 a.m. the other day and I was honestly quite mortified because I like to be up at around 6. Naturally, I wake up around 7-ish, but I think it's time I start setting an alarm and getting up at 6, getting up at the same time every day, going and getting my coffee, and when my diary arrives, making that part of my morning routine like I used to, so I can get my coffee, come down to my diary and start having a look at where my day is going, even if it is just doing stuff at home because we're all at home right now. It doesn't matter. I just need that structure. The other thing that I need some serious structure in is getting ready each day. I have worn jumpers and like sweatshirts like this more in the last month than I have my entire life, and I just want to start getting dressed. I want to get up, do my hair, maybe do my makeup, because I wear makeup like maybe once a week at the moment, and it's usually to film. So I just think maybe I need to start getting up and feeling like I'm preparing myself for the day, even if I'm not going anywhere. And as I said before, I've known this entire time how important it is to maintain these things and to keep up with routines and structures. I just didn't realize how important until I'd stopped doing them and ended up being angry at everything all the time. So I'm really hoping that in the next week or so, I start to feel a little bit more in control. I start to calm down a little bit and start being able to structure out my days for different times. It's super important. I've learnt my lesson. I'm not going to slide off it now, and I hope this video was helpful for you guys. These are just my 3 favorite things. These are the 3 areas that I focus on. I'm sure there's plenty of others. If you have others or anything that you would like to share that helps you feel more organized, then do go ahead and leave them in the description, because I'm sure many other people would love to know as well. But yeah, this feels good. I feel like I've managed to kind of get out how I'm feeling, but also it just kind of helps reinforce where I'm going in the next week or so, because I'm really excited to plan again, and I'm really excited to create structure. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed. I am now going to go and clean the rest of all of these things that I want to clean so that I can lift my mood up. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Up the top, you can check out my last video. Down the bottom, I will leave a link to another one of my videos, and I will see you in the next one.